Good afternoon. This is Manjusha Radhakrishnan from Gulf News, and I'm here with the gorgeous and very talented Aditi Rao Hydari.
Hi.
She claims she wants to be an Audrey Hepburn in a sea of, let's say, Kim Kardashians. I love it. I'm going to put that on a poster, Aditi, and walk around. It really resonated with me, I must say. And you're true. You're like the epitome of grace. I can never see you get into a, let's say, a fight, a really nasty fight.
Oh my God, I don't like it at all. Yeah.
So
and
you
if
really
I see it happening, I'll just first of all, I'll try and sort it out. And if it's getting very undignified, I will just exit.
Right.
I can't bear it.
Okay, no confrontations for you. That's not something you...
I think that if you want to say something, say it nicely.
Or don't say it at all.
No, say it. Because if something is wrong or if something is bothering you, I think it's really important to say it. People think I'm very diplomatic or that I'm non-confrontational or whatever, but I really do say what it is that I want to say, but I will not say it in a way that it hurts somebody or makes somebody feel like vermin.
Right.
So,
so you're very careful with what you do as well.
Yeah, because I don't want to hurt anybody, and I want them to hear me out. So if I say it in a bad way, they're not going to listen to me.
Very true.
I might as well say it nicely.
Well done. No wonder. I think this is your secret of surviving for more than a decade.
It is, right? One of my makeup artists also says, listen, you get away with so much.
Yeah, you can say
things that you say and nobody even minds. They are still smiling at you. I'm like, but because I didn't make them feel like shit. I just told them what the truth is.
Yeah, you give the truth serum in a very nice way. I love that. But I think Ye Sari Zindagi is released in...
This is my superpower, I think.
Is that your superpower? Being
must
really
be.
brutal, yet
I'm
very
sometimes
sweet.
when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, must be.
No, but you've survived so well. Well done, you. You have reinvented yourself. I feel, you're constantly trying. You're trying on... I know there was a time when there was period dramas happening a lot in your life, and then you tried to graduate to other roles as well, right? So was that deliberate on your part? Didn't want to be pigeonholed?
Honestly, I think every actor at some point gets put into some kind of box, and that's natural, right? Whatever is working or whatever people think they like or directors think that this is the way to cast the person. But I think it's also up to us to, if we want to do other things, to then say, okay, box is getting tight, I want to do something else. So when I started with the Ye Sari Zindagi and all, it was the sweet girl next door.
Yes.
But then it moved to, say, whatever, hectic love stories. And then now it's period dramas. But you keep
jostling for space?
No, more than jostling for space. You keep saying, okay, now this is getting claustrophobic and now I want to do something else. But having said that, I do also savor those little boxes because somewhere it feels great to be loved or to be told that you're good at something that you do, and why not embrace it? So I do embrace it. I have learned to do that. Earlier I used to say, oh, the box is getting too tight, but today I embrace it and I love it and I'm grateful for it. But I will also do something else, but not to prove a point. I'm not that person. I will not do it to shut somebody up or prove a point. I'll do it because a really great director came to me and said that this is a story I have for you, and it was so exciting because that person sees me in a way that possibly I have also never seen myself, and that becomes the challenge. So it's the thing of, okay, this director who I really love and respect has this vision for me, and so I will do it.
Right.
And I like to work that way.
I know.
Because that's when it makes sense, and that's when it seems more truthful to me, rather than saying I'll prove everyone wrong, because that's just fighting, and I like to do it all pyar se.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I mean, do it, but do it in a way that's not aggressive.
And also do it with the right person.
That's true. With all your directors, I thought, I was just looking at your catalogue of directors you've worked with. It's impressive, from Mani Ratnam to now Sanjay Leela Bhansali. Perhaps you are working with A-listers. Do they choose you, or do you manifest it and say, you know what, I want to work with these guys, this is my checklist, and I have a countdown app for it?
I think I've spoken to you enough. I don't have no countdowns, but I do have dreams. And of course, I have subconscious lists or whatever, checklists. But I do believe in dreams, and that's because of Mani sir, because growing up, I had a one-point agenda. Even though I didn't grow up watching too many movies and cinema wasn't so much a part of my life, but I saw Mani sir's, some of his films, and I was like, I want to be a Mani Ratnam heroine.
Of course.
And that was my one point agenda. And so when that happened to me, I was like, okay, it's so important to believe in your dreams and to believe in almost the naivety of your dreams, because those are the truest, and possibly the universe conspires and makes it happen, as
Right.
the great SRK said. And so I think that's how I function. And when you talk about directors, I am a director's baby, and
Yes.
I really love the feeling of being on a set, which is a combination of challenge and nurture, and that can only come, with a great director.
Right.
And when I say great director, I'm not saying they have to have like many years of experience. Sometimes even a new director can be really inspiring.
Very true.
So I am a director's baby. I love to be on set and absorb, and I think directors choose you
Right.
because they believe that you can be a part of their vision. I hope for it, and I pray very hard that it will happen, but ultimately they choose you. And I'm always grateful to be able to live out the vision that they have created for me. And I enjoy that process. And whether it's great directors or DOPs or art directors or costume
Yes.
or whatever, all aesthetic and artistic things, I love to just be on set and keep watching and learning.
Right. So
I
for
really
you, the
enjoy
lure
that.
of cinema hasn't dimmed?
Not at all. Oh my God.
You still do you go?
I'm a
the same-
5-year-old on a set. I'm just
Yeah, I've
always
heard that.
watching, learning, and I love that because there is so much to learn. Every day you can learn something, and it's so exciting. And I have no qualms in helping the art people set up, or helping costume,
Yes.
or doing a tack myself, because I never knew how to. So
Really?
but I've learned little things on set,
Well
just
done,
by
you.
being on set.
No,
And
no, no.
I think practical things are so important on a set, because it takes a lot to get that
Done.
that
And so
scene done.
you're one with them, is it? It's
Yeah, I
almost
love it. I really enjoy it.
Right.
I always call myself proudly, I'm a Manisa AD because I
It's a
just
good
sit on
pers-
set and I keep learning things and
What a
doing
great
things,
mentor
yeah.
to-
And they're like, you're not an AD, you're a heroine.
So you don't have any of those tantrums that we hear so famously about having certain, let's say, 8 yellow-colored M&Ms in a bowl as opposed to the rest of it, etc. No such demands, or just having, what is it called, Hello Kitty wallpaper in the room when I enter.
What?
Yeah, that's
No.
Mariah Carey.
Really?
Yeah, she loves it. If the room, Mariah Carey, she prefers Hello
really?
Kitty detailing, and there was a rock band who says only yellow M&Ms.
I have to say, I do like good aesthetics around me. I find it difficult to be suppose, but I don't throw tantrums about it. But if I'm spending long periods on a set in a van, because you are going in and out of it, that's your home practically.
Right.
I do like it to be aesthetic. And when I say aesthetic, it can even be simple, but it needs to be tidy and clean.
Fair enough.
So I do have these things, but
That's it.
tantrums are a waste of time. There's no point. Like I said, just say it nicely, they'll understand.
I love it how you
And
say
I always
things.
tell people, I was like, listen, look at it from my point of view. I'm spending 55 days in this
It's
place.
practically your home.
It's my home.
Yeah.
So can we just keep it clean? Thanks a lot.
Okay, and
And
it
they
works.
understand. They do understand, because it's it's empathy, right?
Right.
Sometimes people forget because they're very busy doing what they do, and if you
Right.
just explain to them, they understand. So yeah, no tantrums.
Right.
But
Aditi, with OTT aesthetics is very important.
Very important.
I like it. No, I also love how women characters have evolved over time. Now with OTT spaces, I love how women characters are being written.
Can
They're
I just
not-
say, as a Manisa
Yes. You still love
girl,
Yes, tell me.
people like Manisa and so many great directors were creating incredible female characters.
True.
Rituparno Ghosh, Mrinal Sen, Satyajit Ray.
Yes.
But
But now it's more in your face. Come on. Even
no, they
women.
were doing it. Maybe in the middle
Not
there
with
was
as
a
much
period.
regularity, I would say. Right now, if you look at it, any OTT series, come on, has a very strong, usually women-led. I just feel it's a
Okay,
great
I would
time
say
to
that
be.
maybe just before this time,
Yes.
there was a bit of an issue,
Lull,
because
yeah.
I would say in the earlier days there were some incredible films, and they were literally written for women.
Yes. Yeah.
But I would say that there was possibly a bit of a lean period. And today it is different, yes. And I think it's not just the platforms. It is also the fact that there are so many different kinds of people coming into the film industry from different backgrounds, telling different kinds of stories. And also I would say for anybody to, I think there are risk takers. And when I say risk takers, I say only a visionary can be a risk taker. Like if you really want to tell the story that you want to tell, it could be about a puppy, it could be about, grandparents, it could be about a woman, a young woman, an older woman, it could be about a man. Because we don't use the word hero-centric story. We just say this is a film.
Yes, yes.
But even terms like this is heroine-centric, I'm like, why are we using these terms? I feel that these terms should go, because
labels should go.
These labels should go. It's a story, and it happens to be about XYZ.
Yes.
So I think that is the change that needs to happen, because there's such a conscious thing, and I understand where it comes from. It comes from that lean period.
Yes.
So there is a need to constantly push. But I'm hoping for a time where we are not basing everything on gender. This is a female director. This is a female-centric story. It should not be like that.
Ideally, yes, ideally. In an ideal world, of course, gender-agnostic world.
But I guess this is a time to push and push for it. But I do believe it has a lot to do with the makers, because filmmakers tell the stories that they want to tell. So I think in a lot of instances, what their relationship with women is, or how they view women, has a lot to do with how they tell stories.
Okay. Fair enough.
So whether it's a Mani sir or a SLB, you can tell what
their
this female energy means in their life.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Talking of energies, what is this energy all about? Shall we just decode it?
I have to tell you, I really pushed because when I first got on set,
you look angry. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
There's latent rage.
Yeah, some kind of latent determination, I would say. But there's a. It's very easy to make a character like Anarkali a bichari,
Yes.
This is her destiny and she just has to deal with it, and
she's
woe
a victim.
is me.
Yeah.
Victim and woe is me. And I kind of pushed back on that, and I remember having a chat with we had a very global creative team, and I said, this has, don't take me wrong, but this has been written by men.
Yes.
And, as a girl, why is she being represented like this? None of this is her fault. So why is she feeling sorry for herself? She will push back, and she will stand with dignity, and she will not lower her eyes. She will speak to even the emperor who has wronged her as a little girl, as a 12-year-old. If she has been wronged, it is his wrong, not hers. So she will look him in the eye and be fearless.
Right.
And they were so open to this, and they were like, and there was no ego, and it was so beautiful because they were like, she's right.
So you brought that bit about saying let's not lower the gaze.
And I don't know where, and I was just like, I'm not going to make her a bichari.
Oh, well done you.
So, yeah. There is of course tragedy, but the tragedy is it's her situation.
And it shouldn't define her, basically.
It should not define her, and it does not define her, and I would not let it define her.
Well done you, and thank you for being so fearless through your roles and entertaining us. That's more important.
And I also want to say something. I also want to always, and I want to always say this to people, that femininity and a sort of a grace or a vulnerability is not devoid of strength and courage. And I think actually, I believe that, and so it's been pointed out to me so many millions of times that they're like, if you go, you'll fly away. I'm like, dude, I'll save you in a storm. And I think my vulnerability, or the fact that I show everything, and I'm very transparent, is my biggest strength, because it takes a lot of courage to be able to look somebody in the eye and tell them the truth about yourself or about anything. So I'm like, they are not mutually exclusive, and I don't know why we have this notion of that fearless women have to hold like a gun in their hand and shout at people. And no, you can also be, you can embrace your
feminine side and yet be very strong and resilient.
Be strong and resilient and determined.